Flosstube, it's Carolyn Zook here with Zook Stitch. Today is Saturday, May 25th, 2019, and welcome to my channel. I've had a lot of new subscribers recently, so welcome, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. I have a lot to tell you today. I'm really excited. So first off, I'm going to show you my progress on Harbor Haven by the Bay. I'm doing it all on one piece. This is what it will look like when it's done. And I am right here. So I've seen one done. Finished that a couple weeks ago. And I've been working on scene 2, which is right here. And working my way across. But I just took the Q-snaps off right before this video. And for the first time, I've seen the two scenes together, and I love it so much. Look at that. I love it. So scene 2 is almost, I tried so hard to get it done by today. And I was working on it this morning. I usually only stitch in the evening, but I was working on it this morning while I was waiting for my grocery order to be delivered. Because, I can't be bothered to get my own groceries. And so I got a lot of it done. Except for the back stitching. So you'll see here, I need to attach the leaves and I need to back stitch the ship. So I'll do that tonight. That won't take long. And then I'm on to scene number 3. So this is what it'll look like. I'm stitching it on a 32 count Belfast linen in vintage smoky white, I think is what it's called. Look at that. And I'm stitching it 2/2. Mostly called for DMC. I did change out the water. I'm using a Threadworks cotton for the water. Look at that. I'm so excited. So that will be done. Scene 2 will be done tonight. And then I will be moving on. So I love it. This, I was just telling my friend Sam. Hi, Sam. That this is like reading a book with really short chapters. Because just when I start thinking, oh, maybe when I finish this scene, I'll switch to something else. And then it just is more motivating. It's like, well, I can do one more scene. It really is like reading a book with really short chapters. And I love it. It's so much fun. So I'm really enjoying that. It's going really quickly. I did scene 2 probably in about 2 weeks. There were a couple days in there. I had another work trip. So there were a couple days, a shorter work trip this time. A couple days in there where I didn't get to stitch. And then, a couple of days when I was too tired. But that's life. So I'm very, very excited about that. So that's my whip. And that would be the end of the video. Except I did something, you guys. I did this. This is Acorns and Threads. This is my local stitching shop. I put all my haul in here. I have haul. I did not have a lot of haul until yesterday when I went to Acorns and Threads. And then they hauled me up. So I'm just going to reach in this bag of goodness. And I'm going to explain the bag later, but I'm going to reach in and I'm going to show you what I got. So first is my Garen totin bags. You know how much I love them. They had a big sale a couple weeks ago. Look at this bag. So this is Ronnie, I can never remember the size. All I know is it must be like a 12 by 13. 11 by 11 Q-snap fits in here perfectly. Look at this, Christmas. And I ordered the matching grime guard. Because you know how I like things matching. But, so here's the thing. The grime guard were still available on the Facebook group. And it took me a little while to get to my P.O. box. They ship like same day. If you pay by 5 p.m., they ship that same day. So it's the fastest shipping invoicing I've ever. So if you order from them, be ready to pay your invoice. Within, I think they say 12 hours, or they'll open it back up because their bags go fast. But look, there's like little sparkly, I don't know if you can tell, but there's little sparkly, and the sewing is just impeccable. It's just the cutest little Christmas bag. But anyway, so I went on, and the grime guard was still available, but I couldn't remember if I got the bag or not. And it turns out I did. So I went on and I said, oh, I need the grime guard too. And I just told him to save on shipping. You know, I just asked him to hold it for me until my grime guard of the month comes out, which should be in a few days. So I got that. And then I don't think I've ever gotten, I got 2 little ones. These are, should really know the sizes before I film, shouldn't I? They're small. Look at the kitties. Look at this. So this is the attention to detail that Ronnie has. Like when you have the flap, they almost perfectly match up. Like that takes talent, you guys. And patience. And then the inside is little paw prints. And if you can hear my little kitty meowing in the back, they were acting really crazy right before I started filming. So we'll probably hear them. This is probably 5 by 6, 5 by 8. So it's, you know, project is, well, I guess if you're doing a little tiny, maybe like a ornament, a Q-snap's not going to fit in here. But your little treasures will, some floss, some scissors, all that will fit in here. And I thought it was too cute. And then I got another one, another little one. I just love this pattern. Love it so much. And again, look how he made the leaves line up here. Here and here. And also here and here. Like the attention to detail and the stitching is just, it's beautiful. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use these for yet, but you know, I will find a use. So that was my Garen tote bags haul, and I will link them below. They sell all their items on Facebook. You can join the group. It's a great, really fun, sweet group to be a member of, and I just love their products. So that's what I got from Garen this time. Let's see what's else in our bag. Okay, I realized I probably shouldn't have dumped it all in the bag because now it's harder to pull out. But it's also really fun, and I got really excited about the bag. So I went on this work trip on last Friday, and we came back Saturday. It was just to Bend, Oregon, which I've lived in Oregon since 2002. I have never been to Bend before. If you don't know, Bend is kind of like a little mountain town. You know, there's a lot of skiing for those who ski, a lot of brew pubs for those who drink beer. So it's just it's a small town, but it's about 3 hours from Portland. And a lot of people go there to visit. We had a work trip there to speak at one of the colleges down there. And my coworker and friend, Julie, hi Julie, I told her about my YouTube channel on the trip, and so she subscribed. She's from Bend, and so we were she showed me around, and it's a beautiful town. But we were in Sisters, Oregon, which is about 20 miles or so from Bend, and there's a store called the Stitching Post. Now, I swore that Stitching Post, I'm like, that is a stitching shop, we have to go there. So we went there, and it was great. It was beautiful, but it was mostly fabrics, quilting, and knitting. And there's just one little table of stitching, but it was mostly embroidery. And I'm like, why did I swear that the Stitching Post was cross stitch? Well, because I have since, by watching Flosstube, I've since 2 or 3 other people, I think Jan Hicks said there's a Stitching Post in Maryland. I think there's a Stitching Post in Denver. There's a couple other shops around the country that are called Stitching Posts, and that's probably why I thought that this one was it too. And it wasn't, but it was still a beautiful shop, and I'm going to insert some pictures here for you so you can just kind of see. It was a massive shop, but beautiful, beautiful fabrics and beautiful yarns for knitting, and they even had some homewares and such in there. Sorry about the cat in the background. But what I did pick up there, I saw this on the table they had of embroidery, and they had a few things of cross stitch, like little kits, but I picked this up. Now, I don't know, you probably know now, there's no reason you would have known otherwise, but I am actually left-handed, and I don't think I have a problem, but these are kind of specialty stitches, but it changes the directions so that it makes sense for left-handers. So it's called Left-Handed Stitchery. It's by Sally Cohen. Illustrations by Kurt Loftus. I will look for this, and if I can find it, I'll link it down below. It was only $10. They have 45 different stitches and 96 drawings. So it includes straight stitches, back stitches, caught stitches. Like they just have, here's the table of contents. It includes all those stitches, and I'll just show you really quick. I don't know if this is copyright, so I'll just show you really quick. So it's hand-drawn instructions from a left-hander's perspective. So if you are struggling with certain stitches, I'm sure there's people online too that you could find, but I just thought this would be a great resource book to have, and they had it there, and it was only $10, so I thought I'd pick it up. So I got that. And then also at the checkout, this is so random, I got these tweezers. I thought they were really cute. And I got them because I have 2 cats, and cat hair gets on my projects, so I thought this would be a really easy way to pull cat hair or whatever, debris, from my projects. So that's why I got the Stitching Post in Sisters, Oregon, so check it out. And I hope you enjoyed those pictures. Now, going back into my bag of tricks. Feel a little like Mary Poppins, and I'm okay with that. My fabric for the Chatelaine Evening in the Park came. I bought this from Jen's Stitching Niche on Etsy, which I'll link below. This is just, I was kind of struggling. I think I'd mentioned last time, or in my Chatelaine unboxing, that I was nervous about what fabric, because I was worried. I was worried that the called for was going to be too dark, and it's really, really not. It's showing up about true to color, I think. So it's a Belfast linen pearl gray 32 count. And I ordered a really big piece. I can't remember. It doesn't say what size it is. Half yard? I'm not sure. I wanted to order an extra because I wanted about a 10 by 10 piece to practice specialty stitches on. And I think what she said, if you order this, you'll have enough for the project, and then you'll have about a 9-inch extra piece for practicing on. So that will be great. Just because I've never done specialty stitches before, and for a chatelaine, I just want to practice a couple times off on the side. So that will work for that. So that came in. So technically, I think I'm almost ready to start the chatelaine. Like ready. I want to say physically ready, like as in I have all the items. Mentally, not quite ready yet. Okay, so that's chatelaine. Okay. Oh, and then this. And here's what's funny. I thought this was all I was going to have to show you. Silly me. I picked this up like 2 weeks ago at Michael's. It was 50% off. It's just a cute little charm. So it was like $2. As scissors, it has a little spool of thread. I just think it's really cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe make a zipper pull or a scissor fob or something out of it. So I have look at this. Look what's going on right here. Hi, buddy. You want to be in the video? Okay. So there's a cat on my chair. Okay, so let me explain. I think everything else in here is from Acorns and Threads. I was checking out, and they asked me, they said, do you have one of our bags? And I said, I don't, and I don't know anything about it. So this is a reusable bag from Acorns. Let me fix this. And it is made out of, it's washable paper, she said. I don't know if you can hear that. And so you can put it in the wash and it won't disintegrate. But she said it's made out of the same material. On the back of Levi jeans, the Levi tag that's on the outside of the jeans, it's made out of that same material. So as you wash it, it gets softer and softer. And if you bring it in to buy, when you go into the store to put your purchases in, you get $5 put toward, they have these cards, so every time you make a purchase, you get punches. And once the card is filled up, you get $15 off. And so, no matter, she said, even if you buy one thing of floss, but of course, who would do that? Who's going to go into a stitching shop and come out with one thing of floss? She said, we'll still give you $5 towards your card. So I got that. This is $12. So it's just a really nice, and it's a great size. It's a great size for patterns and all that. Really, really nice. Okay, you guys. I did some serious damage. I'm going to take everything out. Okay, the bag's on the floor. Okay, what did I do? All right, let's start with the easy stuff first. You all know that I am, Ms. Oh So Crafty is doing a Mill Hill piece where it's all one. She's doing 12 Mill Hill bead kits for Christmas or winter, and she's doing it all on one piece of fabric. I'm going to copy her. So I got Palace Theater, and I got Victorian House. And it comes with everything. It comes with the perforated paper, which I'm not going to use. It comes with the floss. This one has a button and the beads. And the Palace Theater also has a button, and you can see the beads right down there. So I got those two. So I'm actually going to do 16 Mill Hill kits. I'm a little crazy. Have I ever beaded before? I have not. But I have a chatelaine and this Mill Hill kit where I'm going to do 16 on one piece of fabric. So I don't have all 16 yet. These are numbers 6 and 7 in my collection, so I'm getting there. But I went ahead and bought the fabric. I don't know why, I just did. So this is a cashel linen 28 count flax color. Can you see that? There. So it's just a pretty neutral color. They were helping me at Acorns and Threads. I think Lori was helping me. And she put out some beautiful, beautiful colors. She put out this beautiful pale blue, which was just gorgeous and what I think of when I think of winter. But there's so much white in these, right? Because of the snow and there's just so much white. So we thought that the white might not show up very well. So we kind of settled on this. There were some other beautiful ones that were a bit darker and made it look a little more moody, and I didn't want it to be really moody. So it's this is kind of showing up gray. It does have gray undertones, but it's kind of like a brownish gray, light brownish gray. Flax. That's why it's called flax. So they had this size if I do 2-inch borders, which she said should be absolutely fine. In stock. So, and it actually is going to have a lot left over. So this will be plenty for the Mill Hill project and some extra for some other stuff. What else was I going to say about that? I can't remember. Uh-oh. I forgot something. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I left something very important downstairs. Okay, so the other thing, and this is the thing that jumped into my basket. I had no choice. It just landed in there. I got Cross Stitch Nation by Heartstring Sampler, Beth Twist. I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs and I'm out of shape. I belong to the Cross Stitch Nation. Now, I see this all over and I love it. But every single time I see it, so I know Shelia on Sunshine Stitchers stitched this, and this is in their opening credits for their Flosstube. And every time I see it or I see somebody talk about it or who has done it, I can't get Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation gets stuck in my head. Only I changed the words from Rhythm Nation to Cross Stitch Nation. Doesn't really fit. And I'll spare you, I won't actually sing it out loud because in my head, I sound like a much better singer than I actually am in real life. So there you go. So if it's stuck in my head, it has to be stuck in your head too. So I belong to the Cross Stitch Nation to the tune of Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation. I love it. And I am going to change up the skin colors. And she has a note in the pattern. I was looking at the pattern that says, please do change up the colors. So I will definitely change up the skin colors. I don't know when I'm going to start this. I didn't get the fabric or the color or the floss for it, but I've been eyeing this for a while and I just really love it and I wanted it and it was only $10. So I got that. Now, here's the big thing I did, and this is the section of the video that I'm going to call #BlameJanHicks. You all know what's coming. Long dog samplers, hoity-toity. I bought the pattern. Not only did I buy the pattern, I bought the floss. In the Jan Hicks colorway, color conversion. Look, I'm getting smarter. Look at these colors. So here's the thing, and Jan talked about this on her video too. She posts her color conversions on her website, which I'll link below, which is Mad for Yarn. But a lot of her colors that she uses is by Victorian Motto sampler threads. And they're beautiful. But a lot of them, if not all of them, are one-time runs, right? So they might not necessarily be still available. And I ran into that. Most of the colors. Well, there were 6 colors, I think, that Jan changed over to Victorian Motto, and I could only find 2 of them through Victorian Motto. So I ordered them. I ordered them from Etsy, actually. And these colors are just gorgeous. And then I just played over in the, these are all Gentle Arts sampler threads. I just played over in that corner and just found my own substitutions, and hopefully it'll be close enough. And if not, I'll just find something else. So I think the colors are going to be really, really pretty. I like that Jan made it a little brighter and a little more colorful. I love fall, as you probably know, fall and winter. And this is a very fall colored piece. But I love what Jan did even more. So I spent a while trying to pick out the floss. The only one that I still haven't gotten is this background, which is essentially the conversion is DMC. There's a DMC conversion on the back if you don't want to use Gentle Arts. It's basically 310 or Gentle Art is Raven. And there's a lot of it, as you can see. I didn't buy that because that's the one I had a lot of trouble finding. And I didn't, because Jan used a very pretty deep variegated purple. And while I found some that came close, the Gentle Arts, they're either in 5 or 10 yard skeins, and you need 72 meters, which is it's almost the same conversion. Not quite, not exactly, but close enough. And I didn't want to, $240 a skein. I mean, that just adds up really quickly. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to keep looking for some nice variegated. What I love about Victoria Motto is, they sell them. She sells them in 20. They're 20 yards, so it's a lot. So we'll see what I come up with. So the only color I don't have is the background like that black. Well, and Lexington green was out, so I just need to order that. So I got Hoity Toity. It's almost kitted up, and then I got home and I realized I didn't buy the fabric for it. I was so concerned about the colors and the chart. I didn't buy the fabric for it. But I was kind of playing around. And this fabric that I got for Christmas Village, which I still am going to use for Christmas Village, because it says so right here that I have to use it for Christmas Village. Just kidding. We can do whatever we want. But I was holding the Hoity Toity colors up just to see. And I think that will be pretty. Because it's just kind of a neutral background. So I might order another piece of this fabric, because you don't really see a lot of the background. Well, I guess there's some spaces in here, but that border is just full coverage. I have no idea when I'm going to start this, but I just, I had this, gift certificate for my birthday that was eating a hole in my pocket, and yeah, I had to exchange some fabric that I wanted to exchange. Oh, you know what I exchanged? Was that 60-inch piece of Harbor Haven that I originally got, because I was going to do it on 25 count over 2, because none of you stopped me. But we got that straightened out. It's 32 count over 2 now, which is much better. So that's my haul. That's a pretty big haul. They're so lovely at Acorns and Threads. And one thing I did want to mention about these LNSs, and I just called, Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa. Because the Chatelaine Evening in the Park, it calls for 3 threads from Thread Gatherer that they no longer make. And somebody posted on Stitchmania that the Stitchery Nook has them. They no longer have them, so don't call them asking they don't have them. She specifically told me to not tell people, or to mention that they don't have them anymore. I got the last 3, sorry. But there's one we still can't find for Evening in the Park. But so here's the thing with the LNSs. This is what I'm going to say. And Acorns and Thread, they were so helpful. Stitchery Nook was so helpful as well. If you don't have an LNS near you, just call one. Call the closest one, even if it's a 2-hour drive. I've yet to hear, and you guys please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've yet to hear of any stitching shop that won't ship an item to you. They're so helpful on the phone. So don't hesitate to call them if you feel like, well, I don't have a stitching shop near me, or it's hard for me to get to them. Just give them a call. Give any one of them a call. I love Acorns and Threads, but any of them are going to be great. Stitchery Nook, they were wonderful, and they were so sweet and so helpful and so quick. And, so just don't be afraid to call them and ask for that help. I can't remember where I was going with all this. But basically, I have a couple more threads, but there's still a couple we can't find for Evening in the Park just because they're discontinued, so I'll be searching for something similar. One other thing I was going to mention about the Chatelaines. They're expensive. I think I mentioned this really briefly in my Chatelaine unboxing. They are very expensive, especially if you're going to kit it up. But on European Cross Stitch, what you can do is you can, and this is what they kind of suggested, you can buy gift certificates in basically any amount. So every time you get paid, if you have a little extra and you want to buy, say, a $25 gift certificate, and just save them up until you have enough to buy the kit that you want, because you can enter multiple gift card codes when you check out. So I think I used 4 different gift card codes, and it was no problem, no issue at all. And so that's one way, if you're thinking they're out of reach or they're so expensive because they have a lot of the fancy flosses and beads and all of that. That's one way that you can kind of just keep the gift card, and you know that money is going directly towards that. So I did want to make sure I mentioned that as an alternative for those who feel like it's a little out of reach. I think that's it, everybody. I am going to do the D-stash. So this is from when I was cleaning out my craft room here. I was cleaning out to do the tour. I came across a bunch of stuff that I no longer use or have a need for, and I'd like to pass it along if anyone is interested. So we had this plastic canvas countdown to Christmas, and Willow Danon 2, you won this. So I will put I'll comment next to your comment, and email me at czookstitch@gmail.com. We had this book of mini cross stitch, just little cross stitch patterns, and Cheryl Brumbaugh, you won this. So again, email me at czookstitch@gmail. Teach Yourself to Quilt. This is hand quilting, and Angela Springett, you won this. Again, please send me an email. Is that it? I think that's it for this time. I did redraw, so this seashell wreath, I redrew it because I didn't hear from the person who originally won it. So Pia Claire, you have now won this. So I will try to go back and comment on your comment so that you know. But again, just email me at czukstitch@gmail.com and I'll get those sent out for you. Okay, so for today, I have 2 more plastic canvas and 1 cross stitch book. They're all booklets that I'm going to give away. This is tissue box covers. It's 14 plastic canvas designs. So here's some of the designs on the back. They're very cute. They're all tissue box covers. Some of them are for the long boxes, like this one, and some of them are for the up and down boxes. I'm looking for like a big, oh here. So you'll get those patterns. So the zebra is really cute. Well, I don't know. That's the only pictures they have. But you can say, I'd like the tissue box covers if you want that. This one is another plastic canvas. Frosty Fellow in plastic canvas. It is a relatively big snowman. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. And then you also have some coasters up here. What is that? It's like a recipe box holder or card holder. I bet that's for holiday cards. Tissue box cover. There's a lot of things in here. It's a whole book. Everything's in color. The charts are in color. So you can say, I'd like to stitch Frosty. Okay, and again, that's plastic canvas. And it's a booklet. And then the cross stitch is another of small designs. So many more minis for cross stitch. And they're, again, very cute. They're just simple, easy. So if you have somebody who is just learning to cross stitch, or you make cards or little bookmarks, these would be really cute on little bookmarks. You could do that. Oh, here's. So you could say, I'd like to stitch the minis. And I think, yeah, these are in color too. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. If you're in the United States, have a wonderful and very safe Memorial Day on Monday, and enjoy the unofficial start of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. And I'll be back again in 2 weeks with hopefully more progress on Harbor Haven. My plan is just to continue that until I get tired of it, or I start itching to do Christmas stuff, which will probably be August. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye.